Hello, welcome to week 5 of the NFL picks and forecast by yours truly, meteorologist Stephen DiMartino, CDM number 9. Well, last week I got 9 picks correct, one of which, a tie, Green Bay, Dallas. Wasn't expecting that. It can happen, but definitely was not expecting that, and neither were any of the Dallas or Green Bay fans expecting that. That is for sure. So there we have it. We have 9 wins so far for last week, and so that brings us to a total of 37 and 26. Hey, still above 500, right? So we're doing pretty well in the picks. So let's see how we do this week, and of course, we'll include the weather. So for our first game here, we have the Rams versus San Francisco. This game, I'm going to go with the Rams here. Again, San Francisco just has a lot of injuries. I'm not trusting that team. I like the Rams a little bit more on this. It's going to be a close game. Looking for scattered clouds, temperatures in the mid 70s, so not too much of an impact in terms of the weather. Then we go to Minnesota at Cleveland. I got to tell you something. I'm not a big fan of these international games. Now, the good news is that London should have a pretty good field. I'm expecting scattered clouds, temperatures in the lower 60s, so playing conditions should be fine. I'm looking for Minnesota to take this win. Pittsburgh beat them last time, but I think this time versus Cleveland, a little bit more of a disruptive team. I think that Minnesota is definitely going to win this game. Next, we go to Indianapolis at Las Vegas. Man, the Raiders have some serious injuries. I like the vibe that I'm getting out of Indianapolis. I like their blocking scheme. I like their defense. Offense, we'll see. We'll see about their quarterback, right, Giant fans? But certainly so far, the Heat has performed rather nicely. So I'm expecting the Colts to win this game. And as far as the weather impacts, for the most part, the Colts usually keep the stadium enclosed, so I'm going with indoor conditions. But if they do decide to open up the roof, expect scattered clouds of temperatures in the mid 70s. Not too bad at all. Next, we go to Minnesota. We go to New Orleans versus the Giants. The Giants are an interesting team in terms of. I think they're going in the right direction. I like their quarterback, but I don't think they're there yet. And I think New Orleans is a better team overall than the Giants, but I do like the idea of the Giants shocking someone here. So I'm going to go with the Giants beating New Orleans as kind of my Hail Mary pick. I just want to see what this quarterback, Jason Dart, can do in this environment. So we'll see how that plays out. As far as the weather impacts, well, there won't be any. They play indoors at noon in New Orleans. Next, we got Dallas versus the New York Jets. I don't know what to say about the Jets. Look, as a Mets fan, I understand the pain when it comes to being a Jets fan. Of course, I'm a Chiefs fan. Have to have some happiness at some point, right? So the Jets just are lost. That's the best way I could put it. I don't know what else to say about that. I think Dallas is going to win this game pretty handedly, unfortunately. I would love to be surprised. I'd love to be wrong in this scenario. I'm sure Giant fans would love for me to be wrong in seeing the Jets beat the Dallas Cowboys. As far as the weather impacts in Teterboro, looking at sunny skies, temperatures in the upper 70s to lower 80s, really nice weather conditions overall. Just not the best game. That's all I can say about that. Then we have Denver versus Philadelphia. And this is going to be at Philadelphia with, again, scattered cloud cover expected and temperatures in the upper 70s, really nice weather conditions. Let's just be honest. Philadelphia is by far much better than Denver. So I'm not expecting any type of surprise here. Philadelphia should steamroll Denver very, very easily, very early. Then we have Miami versus Carolina. At Carolina, expecting a few isolated showers, but no major weather impacts. Upper 70s for temperatures. Going with Carolina taking out Miami because Miami, again, they lost their best receiver. They're not performing the best. Their quarterback is lost. I think Carolina should win this game pretty easily. Then we have Houston at Baltimore against scattered clouds, temperatures in the mid-70s, not expecting any type of major weather impacts. I'm going to go with Houston beating Baltimore here. They've lost their quarterback to a hamstring injury. I'm talking about Baltimore. The Ravens quarterback needs to run. Okay, that's like half his game. And if he can't run, there's going to be some serious issues. So I'm going to go with Houston beating Baltimore in this game. Should be an interesting game, though. See how the rest of the team steps up. Tennessee at Arizona, going with, of course, indoor conditions, no significant weather impacts. I'm going with Arizona beating Tennessee. These two teams are evenly matched, but I decided to flip the script and just go with Arizona on this one. Next, we have Seattle at Tampa Bay. Again, Tampa Bay is a very interesting team. I think that they have a lot going for them. I really like the way that they're blocking. I like their defensive scheme. So I'm going to go with Tampa Bay beating Seattle. Again, this is going to be another one of those really tough, close games that's probably decided in the fourth quarter. So you can go either way on this, but going with Tampa Bay here. Next, we have Detroit at Cincinnati. Going with Detroit for the win here. Look for wins. The weather to be scattered clouds, temperatures in the lower 80s, no strong winds or anything of that nature. Just Detroit's just an altogether better team than Cincinnati, in my opinion. Next, we have the Chargers at Washington. Now, this is a little bit of a biased pick. I think Washington might be able to pull this out. Chargers are dealing with a lot of injuries all of a sudden. They've lost half their line. So that's going to have an impact on your running game, your passing game. I think that's going to have just enough of an influence to allow Washington to push over the top here. Looking at weather as scattered clouds, temperatures in the mid-70s. Then we get to Buffalo at New England. Look, Buffalo is just going to steamroll a lot of the AFC. It's going to be very interesting when they face the Chiefs, see what happens with that game. But for New England, this is not a contest. Buffalo should win this game easily. And if they don't, it'd be really shocking. That'd be one of the bigger shocks of the week. Looking at scattered clouds, temperatures in the lower 70s. And in Kansas City at Jacksonville, Jacksonville's been playing well. Kansas City seems to be getting its footing back and performing like they should. So, again, Kansas City's getting healthier. They're getting their team back. They seem to be getting more deep threats. They got to work on their running game. Not impressed with that. Jacksonville, again, they're playing well. Good offensive line. I think this is going to be a tight game down to the fourth quarter. But because it goes down to the fourth quarter, I'm going to go with the Mahomes magic here, pulling out this game for Kansas City. And, of course, looking at the weather impacts, this could be more of an interesting factor here. Scattered showers, possibly some little bit of tropical downpours here with temperatures in the mid-70s. Those are my picks for week 5. I hope you enjoyed them, and we'll see how we work out, right? In the meantime, stay safe out there.